Hi everyone, this is Ruth from Sunrise Well. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm bringing you the third video in a series I'm doing on vulnerability and courage, and I encourage you to look back on some of the previous videos if you want to catch up on some of the other topics or some of the other videos I've done on this topic. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to bring courage and vulnerability into your real life in a practical sense, so both at work and at home. And what I wanted to start with was talking to you about this concept of leadership, because I don't want you to think about, when I'm talking about leaders, that I'm only talking about the CEO of major companies. When I'm talking about leadership, I'm talking about someone who really takes the lead or takes responsibility in any situation. So this can include the parent of a child or two parents of children. This can be two partners in a romantic relationship who are taking the lead, as in taking responsibility for their situation and what's going on with them or in their home life. This can also be a CEO of a company or a manager, or it can be someone who's taking lead on a project. It can be someone in the classroom. So that there are many concepts of leadership here, and I want you to tune in to yourself and think about how you are a leader in certain areas of your life and how you can apply this to your life. So when I the reason I'm talking about this is because I want to point out that Brené Brown, in her research, she was talking about the leaders of companies when she said that the leaders who are going to succeed in the future are the ones who are brave. And when we talk about bravery, and I think that what she's saying really applies to leaders in all areas of life. I would extend that out to anyone who is brave. So when I talk about bravery, or when she talks about bravery, what she's talking about is someone who is willing to have those tough conversations. We tend to not want to have tough conversations because they make us feel vulnerable and uncomfortable. So these are conversations, for example, where you might have to confront someone about something that's been bothering you. It might involve someone's work process and the way that they're doing things at work. It might be something that your partner has been doing that you're not comfortable with and that you really want to bring up and get clear about. Now, in order to do this, we have to find the space and time where we're allowing ourselves to be open and honest with both ourselves and with this other person or perhaps people. And for many of us, instead of doing that, we tend to avoid it. We may avoid it by doing habitual behaviors like drinking or eating or shopping. We might do it by being passive aggressive or by just totally avoiding that person. So all of these are not very useful practices for you to do if you want to succeed, if you want to really become more courageous and more aware of and basically move further into your own field of development and personal development, and also to grow and to connect and to really be authentic with the people that you're with. So leaning into the tough conversations is one of those. Also being aware of and not fighting against the uncomfortable feelings when they come up. So you're really building your own awareness around how you feel when you're having these difficult conversations and not pushing back on it. Being aware that there are setbacks and not dwelling on those setbacks. So when things do go wrong or have gone wrong, doesn't mean that that's going to be the same right now in this situation. And you have to be really careful here that you're not letting a story in your mind override the reality of the situation. And this takes a lot of practice and, like I said, awareness, self-awareness, and awareness of what's going on in your mind when you are in this certain situation. Not putting this person into a story in your head. So you might have had experiences with this particular person in the past, and you're already playing out a scenario of how you think it's going to go, and it might not actually turn out that way. So being open and aware of the feelings and the thoughts that are going on in your own mind, and then not necessarily projecting them onto that person at this point in time, and trying to not resisting the situation at hand. and getting stuck in the way things have been. And just being very clear, being very honest with yourself and with that person. So these are some of the things that Brene Brown talks about when she talks about being brave and willing to put yourself in that vulnerable and uncomfortable position. And what I wanted to talk to you about now, just briefly, is how yoga and meditation can help you to develop these areas of your life. So yoga itself is a physical practice. As a physical practice, it helps you to tune in to your own self-awareness, to your own body, even without actually doing any specific poses. Yoga helps you to build your own physical strength, but also your mental and emotional strength and vulnerability. Vulnerability in the sense that you're going to be doing poses, or you're going to be attempting to do poses that you probably have never thought of doing since you were 8 years old. So, you know, things like standing on your head or doing a handstand or all of these kinds of things, and sort of sitting in that discomfort that you might have by approaching these poses. There are also very certain physical poses that you can do that help to specifically build strength in both a physical and energetic sense, and also to help to open yourself up to vulnerability. For example, there are poses that really ask you to open up your chest area and extend your neck area. And if you think of yourself in evolution, people, as we've evolved, to open up the chest and bare the neck is not a natural thing for us to do, and really historically opened us up to danger, the threat of being hurt and injured by someone passing by. So the physical act of doing this for some people for the first couple of times is very uncomfortable, because you are opening yourself up and allowing this area of your chest to open. And this is also a very vulnerable pose in an energetic sense as well. So there are poses that will bring you into both strong and courageous emotions, and also vulnerable emotions, and these are all part of the practice and help you to build your strength in that way. Meditation as well, so the physical act of meditating, so sitting down, whatever type of meditation you do, whether it's sitting down and focusing on your breath coming in and out, all of this, or whether it's a mantra or doing something else specific for your specific meditation, whatever it is that you do, really taking that time helps you to build the self-awareness around your emotional health and what's going on with your emotions, your physical body, and also your thought processes. So you start to build awareness, and this helps you over time to take that pause and take that breath before reacting and before being impulsive, and really tuning into some of those stories in your mind. But there's also specific meditation practices that might help you to build compassion, for example. So there is a specific meditation practice all around building compassion, and it has been studied extensively and has been shown to improve and increase empathy in individuals. So it is a very nice practice for you to help to build your own compassion and empathy, both with yourself and with the people around you. So those are just some examples. Anyone who's currently in the Brisbane CBD, there are some spaces opening up in September for yoga and meditation classes. So do contact me or let other people know if you are looking for yoga and meditation classes in the Brisbane CBD. And I look forward to hearing from you. Please comment below if you have this, if any of the things that I've said has resonated with you, if you feel there is some truth to what I'm saying, or if it kind of strikes a chord for you. I'd love to hear about it, and look forward to talking to you soon. All right, take care, guys.